welcome back. Yeah, I know. Welcome back to another rousing session of Dungeons & Dragons at Meeple's Bughouse. All right. So, to recap, last session, the most well-intentioned session of all time. I think. After meeting up with, I forget. Did you meet Buick first, and then meet Thurkir?
We met Thurkir first.
Yeah,
and then I raced him into the forest.
That's right.
A little bit.
So
they said they were looking for a guy. Well, I know where that guy is.
Yeah. So with a new quasi-ally, a new compatriot, the lizard man Thurkir has tentatively joined the group to see what happens. He's already proven himself formidable in initiative and stealth.
Horse eating.
And horse eating.
And horse eating.
Yes, horse eating.
And horse eating.
With the
Yeah.
horse eating. Horse eating contest.
After I guess a tense discussion with him, and then it was quickly subdued with some conversation. He tentatively joined your band. After that, you commenced with your plan to follow the carriage which you had encountered with before Thurkir, and it was an armed guard. It was a guarded carriage with 8 knights from the King's Guard of Cliffnall. And as we come to find out, it was transporting a deactivated golem, which had 4 empty sockets for gemstones across its chest and 3 across its carved crown. And after following the carriage, you're waiting for Buick Seber to make an appearance. And he did. He could not resist the opportunity to steal something from the King's Guard, especially something as valuable as a carriage that is guarded by 8 guards. But when he did meet them, it was only 6 guards because you did inform that the town of Ellery was harboring weapons. So the captain of the guard sent 2 guards back to Ellery to lock down the town and secure it in hopes of figuring that stuff out. And upon watching and waiting to see what Buick does, Buick jumped out and quickly dispatched the one guard and then blew away the other one into the side bushes with his Cutlass Supreme. I'm sorry. Yes. And after that, things were going a little weird. Thurkir leapt out and started diving into horses, eating them, hacking them to bits. Guards are falling over. And Buick Seber took the carriage and tried to steal it, whereas the captain of the guard could not catch him. And then, I guess, a point of the fog of war, so to speak, or a point of confusion, Alvin Allgood decided to cast Ice Knife into one of the guards, which brought about the beginning of the end, and it was a turn in combat. From that point forward, the wild screams of the horses and the scent of blood turned Tyrael into Torment. And Torment took over and cast Fireball on the guards and gleefully laughed as they melted inside of their armor. You can laugh, it's fine.
Oh no.
I'm not trying to be evil.
Yeah. Yes.
It's an accident.
It was an accident. I cast Fireball twice. It's an accident. Yeah. So, but off in the distance, a few people did manage to catch up with Buick Seber, and it was Tuzard, Ned.
Yeah, I got thrown.
Yeah, thrown by Arnolo the Paladin, and Ander, who was flying across the battlefield to catch up. Ned did have a couple of moments to catch up with her former mentor, and she tried to distract by casting Minor Illusion and other things, and it was revealed at the end of their last conversation that Buick was indeed a 9-blade. So yes, and so we're going to pick up at the close of the. Oh, I'm sorry. Then and after that we transitioned to a segment in the Shadowfell where Roland squared off against a Minotaur
Unsuccessfully.
Unsuccessfully. Through a couple bad rolls and some good rolls on my end, the Minotaur did manage to cleave into him and knock him unconscious. Quickly pronounced Roland worthless, and then stomped back to his cave where Gideon locked the doors on the cave once again. But we're going to take a step for transition from that moment back to the main segment. And as far as I understand, the party has kind of been divided. So there is the people with the carriage and Buick, and there's a couple folks left with the captain who is down on his knees, crying and feeling very forlorn and sullen about everything in his life.
Do the folks on the carriage have any idea what happened back there?
You can make a perception check.
Maybe it's a non-issue.
Oh, maybe I should make a perception check as well since I.
You guys were on Gary's telepathic bond, so.
Did anybody tell us that Tyrael was like melting people?
Maybe we heard the cackling.
I saw it.
Oh, you did?
You did.
I was there when
You're
I
not
put
with
up
the
the
carriage
wall.
You weren't on the carriage.
You
Yeah.
locked them in with the fire.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to protect everybody.
I guess quick question.
Talk about hotboxing, you know?
Well, no.
I got a 6. Remember.
You were flying and enjoying, just trying to catch up.
What's that crackling sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 11, so not much better.
No, you were too distracted by your conversation with Buick. Yeah.
Oh, then I'm definitely bringing it up. I'm like, guys, something's very wrong.
Where is everybody right now? Just to understand.
I took a swing at Buick, but I missed, so I guess I'm on top of the carriage now.
Oh yeah, and he slapped you.
Yeah.
And I'm next to the captain or the soldier.
Okay. So let's start. Let's start with the carriage. The and you asked Buick to slow down, and he has slowed the carriage down. So he's chugging along like for a bunch of heroes, you guys are a uncultured, unsophisticated, and unorganized pile of swine.
He said that well.
Can I make an insight check on Buick?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Andrew's a little suspicious of Buick at this point.
Well, I think didn't I mind say everything about how
Yeah.
he is definitely part of the Nine Blade, but that it's probably okay and not to worry about it.
Well, you just did.
I think she did something
What did
like
you
that.
get? 19?
Yeah.
Well,
It was just like,
you get the sense that the French accent is definitely a ruse, and that he is, and it's a pseudonym that Buick LeSabre is not his real name.
What?
You think? Yeah. Otherwise, his words and his intonation, he seems genuine in his assessment of your group.
Well, he is accurate.
I was just about to say, not
Yeah, exactly.
entirely untrue.
Yeah.
all right, Buick. I think faker than your accent's that mustache you're wearing. What's going on? You're a 9-blade?
I am indeed a blade.
But we were sent to kill you.
By the
Well,
Nine
why?
Blade.
Why? Why would you kill me? Oh, I know, because I take the king's weapons and I give them to the people.
We were sent by the quartermaster in Ellery.
Who is a Nine Blade?
Oh, he says he's a 9-blade, does he?
Yeah.
Well, he is the liar, because I am a wanted man. There are only 9 9-blades, and he is not a 9-blade.
But he had the tattoo on his arm that danced.
Oh, he had a tattoo?
Yeah.
You believe the tattoo? I could draw a tattoo on my arm right now.
His tattoos moved.
They did?
Yeah.
And you were taken in by an illusion?
I mean, no.
You cannot always trust your eyes in this part of the world.
Well, how about trusting my ears? Drop the accent.
No!
No.
I will only drop the accent for one person, and that is this fine student over here. Well, former fine student.
She's a former student or she's formerly fine?
Both.
Damn.
That was
You're mean.
What
I
did
like
he
you.
do?
But anyway, I do recall, I smell something in the air. It smells like, oh yes, it is, the flesh is burning. I think.
What?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Imperial fireball them.
Yeah, I saw behind the fireball and the explosion. You might, should we turn around to see if your friends are okay?
Yeah, because that was not in the plan.
You had a plan?
A little, yeah.
Oh.
We were gonna kind of help you with the.
Did we have?
We're going to help him.
Yeah. But we're a little confused by the Nine Blades, whether they're, doing good things or bad things.
Well, I think we're doing good things.
What's good?
The King of Griffnau has decided to start limiting religions, banning them, and restricting certain magics from being performed in his kingdom.
You can't restrict magic. That's wrong.
I think so. So,
What religions is he restricting?
well, there are a couple of basic ones. A lot of the evil ones have already been banned, but there are a few surprising ones that, like Lyra or Mask, the god of the thieves. Right? But then there's other ones like Garo Glittergold, the gnome god, and he is prohibited from worship, and anybody seen worshipping or carrying paraphernalia or showing any interest in these kinds of deities are immediately brought before the inquisitors, and they are questioned and often thrown in jail and tortured.
What about Helm or Tyr?
Nope. So far they are okay.
So far.
No, I don't care.
So far,
So
and that's
far.
the thing, because every so often they add new ones, like Avandra or Sehanine.
How about
Or
the Raven
Karelin.
Queen?
Krellin.
Yes, Karelin was recently banned.
Oh.
Wait.
How do you ban gods? I mean, it's not like the.
They're prohibiting their worship. I mean, they're just forbidding it.
No, like insignias or sigils, no
Nada.
religious artifacts or mention.
You got it.
That's
Are they
harsh.
favoring one over another? Is there like a?
Oh yes, there's a sanctioned religion. It is you must worship Ilmater, the god of endurance.
That's such a weird. Amater's a good god. Why would his followers? Something's weird.
Something's twisted.
What?
That sounds pretty good to me.
The most important part is that they're banning magic.
Yes.
That is just not
Yes,
okay.
anybody who is caught either reading books about enchantment, illusion, necromancy, transmutation, or conjuration.
Wow, that's like everything.
All my favorite stuff.
I am sorry, but that you can break the law like I do. I don't care, and I will do my things. But it is a risk. But for the everyday person who perhaps needs the services of those people, they cannot get it. Or if they are caught reading or studying or practicing, they are thrown in jail. And the prisons in Clifton have gotten worse. For the city of bells and holy bells, it is not quite the happy place it used to be.
Is there something that brought this on?
Excuse me. Well, ever since the king had lost his leg, he's kind of been more power hungry. One might say that he has a chip on his shoulder, like he needs to feel accomplished, and like he needs to conquer more territory in order to compensate for his lack of a leg, as he feels like it is a detriment to his persona. Yeah.
How do you lose a leg?
Oh, he was fighting with a dragon, as his story goes. But I do not believe that. And no, it's a weird.
Are you allied with the Northern Army coming in?
Allied is not the appropriate term, I would say. We have business dealings with them, but we are not, friends.
I would caution you from befriending them. If they are who I believe they are.
Why is that?
If it's the army I think it is, it started off as a force for good to vanquish evil. And much like your king, I think the power got to them. They were very successful. So they kept taking and taking stuff that didn't need to be taken. And one of their generals was turned particularly cruel. I would caution you. I would caution you from aligning with them.
Well, that is not my decision. I am not the leader of the Nine Blades. There's Wayne, and she is the one who makes the calls. So,
Is it she?
yeah.
Might be like me, you know. Everyone calls me Ned, but my name's Nedwin, so maybe she's like
Wayne.
Wing Wing?
Waynelin.
Waynette.
Yeah, Waynette.
Anyway. Anyway. So she has made some business dealings and some connections. I do know that this army they pay well. And we have been able to finance our other expeditions and hire more troops and train more people and acquire more supplies. And actually, some of the money we get from this army, we pass back to the people of around the area of Briga, so we can help them out, make the suffering a little easier.
Are they making the people suffer too?
No, well, just the restrictions that are coming, and that some people are not too happy by that. And how do you say, the army is growing stronger. Some of the people in the army now are much younger than they used to be, which is a little scary.
Tyrell and Snow at the end of the fight were just trying to catch up with the wagon. Have we already caught up?
Oh, we turned the wagon
Yeah, by the time
back.
the wagon's turned around, and it's you circled back, and before you see just like a crater where the carriage used to be, and it's just burning. The little leaves are crisping still, and parts of the trees are still kind of dwindling out in flame. The captain of the guard is still slumped down on his knees. Both hands are on the floor, on the ground, and his helmeted head is just bowed down. That's what you see. And you see the bodies of his guards and his other comrades in arms that are singed. The armor is burned. A lot of the blood the smell of the blood and burnt hair is palpable.
Dear stump, what happened here?
Yeah, I'm gonna with my little psychic link, I'm be like, wow, what happened?
Tyrael fireballed them twice.
Why? Were we just gonna run away from them? Leave them be?
I don't know.
Tyrael?
Or my link Snow's gonna be like, I don't know, he just kind of went weird for a moment, and I had to snap him out of it in order to get us out of there.
That's not okay.
Tyrael?
What was that about?
I'm sorry, I feel like a little kid getting tattled on right
Did you fireball them? No.
You remember that person who I used to be?
Yes.
He's still here.
Huh?
We never did deal with it back in Oberon's court there.
Oh yeah, the dream thing.
I sat with him, but we never, as a group, did anything about it. Have you been fighting it? I'm sorry.
Then this blood is on us. It's not on Tyrael. We didn't do what was necessary then. We own this, so we owe this man here a debt. And I'm gonna then stop talking until I can then pray with the guy. Actually, I'm gonna just kneel down and just kind of say like a prayer with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kneel down. You intone a hymn to Helm, and he looks up at you, and you see the mud and grime on his face, and there's just tear streaks that are cleaning his face, and he looks up at you and he looks back down.
And so, I don't know. I think like my inspire and aura and stuff like that. I know my healing hands, but the auras that I have are for party members. But can I extend it this time to him?
He's a non-combatant.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to do that, and then just even do a lay on hands, kind of just like be.
Okay.
And I'll give him 10 points.
Okay. You see some of his wounds and his cuts kind of heal up, and he kind of straightens up a little bit as he recognizes you are healing him.
Okay.
But he's still very silent.
Who else is hit or hurt? Anybody?
I don't think we got any damage at all.
I have some damage.
But I don't
You
care.
got, yeah, you
I got critical hit for 15.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, my damage is like
Thurkir will just eat some horse. He'll feel better tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that lizard guy too. Where they're praying.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is he? Thurkir, are you here?
I'm probably looking disappointed that the horses got all burnt up and they're ruined now. It's not fresh anymore. Probably just be lurking around, looking at things.
Stupid tiefling.
So I guess as I'm acting somber, you know, like and sitting next to this guy, I'm in the mind link thinking, if we allow this man to leave, not allow, but if he goes back, he's dead. His family's dead, and his family will likely be dead in front of him first, and then he get killed. We can make it somewhat a bit of a soft offer that he comes with us, and then we use either the 9 blades or some other resources to get his family out of the town, and then he can live on his own. But we're responsible for this death, Tyrael. At least that. Do we agree? I mean, is this something we can do? Again, mind blitzing us.
I'm all for it. I mean, I gotta do something, and there's not a lot I can do for the 5 people that are, you know, just kind of there. But, can I start? It's a 10-minute cast. Are we gonna be here for a minute?
we can be here.
Okay, because if I can do prayer of healing, I can heal you for whatever you got damaged, and you know, guard. Anybody else got hit? I can do up to 6. Okay, so just kind of sit and start that. However, the ritual would go.
Yeah. As you start to, how do you want to do this? Like, is there a certain way you want to cast a spell, or?
Just kind of sit cross-legged, and maybe just kind of like, you know, just do like a Tai Chi sort of thing, just around the people I kind of want to heal. So like hand stuff.
Okay. So as you sit down cross-legged, you kind of go to a meditative, almost Zen kind of thing, and as you gracefully move your hands about, you will start crafting and weaving the energy around this very celestial, soft yellow hues, and you close your eyes, you put your palms up, and you start to heal those around you. The guard looks up and looks at you, and he's like, and he gets up and he runs at you.
Wait a minute, because he's right next to me, I kind of hold him down.
Make a strength check.
I will. And I want to okay. So how's it? 26.
Okay, as he gets up and you see him start to sprint forward towards Phil, you put him back down on his knees.
He's trying to do the right thing. He's got a lot to atone to, and that will be done by me.
He murdered my men!
He will talk. He will answer for that. Maybe not the way you need to see. But I think what you need to understand is that anywhere you go, you're going to be killed unless you come with us. And because we, not him, but we are currently responsible for this, we owe you a debt to at least get you and your family to safety.
Make a persuasion check.
It's a persuasion. 17.
He takes a moment, kind of does a hard swallow. He goes, favor from you. No, just I don't want your help. I just want my family alive. I want to be kept alive, and I want you out of my life forever. That's the favor you can do for me.
So let me be clear, because I'm a bit, and not to make light of this situation, but you can ask him. I'm a bit of a blockhead. We help you get your wife and family out of the city, and you go free, and then you never see us again.
Yeah.
Done. All right, I'm done with that guy. Real, you're gonna answer, son.
Sure.
For the mind link, I'm just gonna say, like, what triggered this to happen, so that we can.
You can't communicate, right? Tyrael can't communicate because he's in the middle of casting.
Right.
But yeah, what? Did he just start flinging fireballs around?
Snow probably got a bit of a better look.
I think it was after the attacking started. He wasn't the one that started it. It was kind of in reaction to it.
Well, who started it then?
Alvin threw the first damaging blow to them.
LeSabre did
Well,
first.
Well,
got
he didn't.
riled up.
He didn't hurt them though. He was pushing them around.
Yeah.
He did slash one of the guys,
He did try to, yeah.
but he didn't finish him off.
We don't listen. We've walked through forests that have messed with our minds, where I tried to eat a stump of something that was inanimate. We've
eat a
lost
lot of
friends, and it doesn't really matter how it started. We need to figure out how we're going to fix it.
And how to stop it from
And how to
happening
stop
until
it
we,
from happening again.
before we can fix it. Until we can fix it.
Right, because whatever it is we're going to do for this person is a band-aid compared to what we're going to need to do for the next. Tyrael, what is it that happened? And you need to be very discreet. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
could
so
have just
we
had
can
that conversation after he casts.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
like,
after he's done, that's right. Yeah, so maybe we wait for that. Can it happen now?
yeah, like, it's like, well, I mean, like, yeah, like, can we
It
just
can
say
happen
like it
now.
happened?
Okay.
Yeah.
It can happen now.
Well,
Yeah.
now that you're done, casting
Oh my god.
what is it that happened to you back there? And be explicit, or yes, specific.
Yeah, explicit something else.
Please don't be explicit.
Yeah.
Don't be explicit.
Oh God, guys. So
Push my fiery ball into
Why? No!
Oh no!
No!
Oh. Let him explain.
So, I don't know if you guys necessarily know how I used to be starts. So, after I got inducted into the Temple of Asmodeus, they start off simple. It's usually just bullying games and other stuff to, make yourself feel good while others suffer. It progresses into having a spoiled pet, something that you favor over all else, and you try to advance it over the others, give it more food while sacrificing others' food, right? And that's when, if you want to become an acolyte, you usually have to kill that pet. And then it's other people's pets. And then you start working up.
pet. What kind of pet? A goldfish?
Usually, something small like a kitten or a puppy. It has to start small. They don't want you to know what's coming next, because then you start working on livestock and learning how to dismember them. And it goes farther and farther. And screaming really starts it. Horse screams are really bad.
Yeah, we just heard some.
Did he say horses? Like horse?
Yes, horse screams.
Nay. Is it just the horse screaming that triggers it?
I mean, it doesn't help, but I mean, there's, usually when they're screaming, there's the scent of blood and...
That's when it starts.
You have to stay out of combat.
Or we could give him some like earplugs and stuff something up his nose.
That's not fixing it. We need to... I mean, it's not you who's doing this.
So far, we've really been fighting strange enemies and being able to have a good sense of justice. This is really where the first time I wasn't very sure what I should do. But I know as soon as those horses started screaming, I wanted it to stop. Just all the pain, the smell of blood.
So what I'm being a bit confused about is this you as two people, or is this something that maybe like you are imbued by and then kind of comes out, because that's going to determine some things.
It's who I was and who I am.
That's so vague.
So do you remember? Do you remember throwing the fireballs?
I wanted to not throw fireballs, but I had no control of my hands.
Oh.
Okay, we're
That's-
getting
that's
somewhere.
more clear.
We're getting somewhere. Okay.
Anolo breaking things down is a pleasure to see.
But are you conscious? So like, I mean, you don't want to throw it, but like, do you feel like I don't want to throw it, and then you still do as you're doing it, or is it more like he thinks he's gonna be doing it and you don't want him to? I'm trying to find intent.
I'm so confused. No, that was amazing.
Do you intend to do it?
The best way to describe it is
And know that you
a king and his horse. So who's in charge and who's carrying it out?
Are you the horse or the king? I'm confused.
When the fireballs were thrown, I was the horse.
Okay.
So it's like when you're like, oh man, I really shouldn't steal this thing, and I steal it anyways. It's like that. It's not like that. It's like you didn't want to steal the thing, but your hand did it anyway.
Ned, you've never
Exactly.
not wanted to steal a thing.
I feel like Right.
It's an analogy.
it's a for Ned. I think it's a perfect analogy because she's saying, she didn't want, but she did. She didn't want to.
This is overdue, by the way.
Right.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
My
that's
question, and I think it's important that we do ask it in front of you, is that can it be fixed? Is this something that any of us know anything about? Psychologically, I think
lives?
is it past life, or is it like, and this is out of character, is it past life, or is this like split personality kind of thing?
Or is it something else entirely?
Or is it something else entirely?
So,
Sniff him.
I mean, if I sniff him, I want to sniff him. Thank you, my friend. That's good.
Okay.
I like
So
that
let's
that's
do
what
that.
we now call that a paladin ability. Sniff it.
smell it.
Scratch and sniff.
That's right.
Scratch and sniff your
Evil.
Okay.
Smells
You
like
smell
fireballs,
like
though.
you smell Tyrael, and he is just his tiefling funk and odor because he's kind of dirty and hasn't taken a bath in a couple of days.
But it's the same.
It's the same. It's the familiar Tyrael that you know.
Yeah, it's nothing different this time.
So first of all, prestidigitate him.
I can do it myself, thank you.
Yeah, first of all, take a shot. Second. It's a past love. So I guess I mean, is this a religious thing where if it's like a past life and it's reincarnated?
Yeah, what kind I'd like to make a check. I don't know what to. I think just my idea of religions. I guess.
Yeah, you can do religion.
I'll give you help on it because I'm thinking.
Yeah, with advantage.
All right, 16
Solid too.
or 4. I'll take 16 plus 4 is 20.
20.
Yeah.
You know, Tyrion's situation is very unique, and there's not a lot chronicled about this, but you've heard stories of tieflings converting, changing from evil to good, and that has definitely been a possibility. This new development doesn't really wrinkle any of your synapses in your brains.
This seems unique to him.
Just out of curiosity, what's your actual alignment? What are you aligned as?
I'm supposed to be lawful good.
Lawful good?
So I mean, Torment's kind of the.
Chaotic evil.
Well, I would almost say lawful evil because he's just.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, he's Asmodeus' dude, and
He's obeying
yeah, I
and
mean,
sticking true to the evil creeds of evil stuff.
he was going hardcore.
Yeah.
He
All
was
right.
going for the record.
Yeah.
Can I, I guess, hold action or prep to put a wall of force sphere around him?
course you can.
If something else
Yeah, sure.
goes down, I just want to be ready to be like,
Okay.
This bubble
Safety
boy.
bubble.
I'll be clear out of character for a second. I want to be clear. What follows next is from Ander, not from me. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
He says this is from
Ander.
not
Yeah, I'm not.
He's
I'm
role-playing.
not saying.
Oh.
I'm not saying what follows. Is my
Yeah,
character.
because he's
And
gonna
this
say
is
something
not
not nice.
It's not
Oh,
cute.
okay. So we're getting roasted. Perfect.
Oh,
I didn't even know.
God damn.
That is too soon.
And then it's him. It's way too soon.
Funny.
You can't be with us. Look what happened here. You're not in control of yourself, and you wield incredible power. We'll help you. We'll help you atone. We'll help you get rid of this evil. But not now. Unless we're going to change completely what we're doing and move to help him right now. But how can we trust you?
Yeah. Ooh.
You can't.
We don't abandon anybody at any point of anything. If it's going to be now or later, it's going to be now or later. But we're going to be there with him. And he's going to be there with us, and we're just going to make sure that we protect him. And it doesn't happen to another person, and if it does, we will own it. And you will own it. But that will help you with atonement as well. But we're not just kicking him out. That's not what we do here.
I can just be by his side until we figure this out, and just keep a wall of force ready at all times.
At all times.
I don't sleep.
But then you're...
Scary he says that. Like, Enola's just like, bro. That's right, and don't sleep.
But then you're distracted. So not only we possibly down him, we're down you.
That's right.
If one's down, we're all down.
Well, think about that for a second.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because I can pick up a whole lot of you in one arm. I don't care what we do, he's coming with us.
We already lost Mordo.
But we can't trust him. I agree with that. I don't know that we should just kick him out, but we definitely can't trust him.
Definitely not. I mean...
And I'm not saying we don't help our friend. But... Wall, I don't know.
You got any shackles?
Got rope.
Anybody got any shackles?
Should.
Somebody does. Check in one of your... For you, we haven't even got to, man. The horses.
Should I start crafting out of what's lying around?
You probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you can.
I could probably make like some sort of like leather bindings out of. Horse,
Leather
no one
it takes curing. It takes
Yeah, it
time.
takes too long.
There's
I mean-
probably some very soft metal that was in like the horse.
No,
harnesses
I
and
make
stuff
organic
like that.
things.
Oh,
It
You
would-
could Loki
It
him.
would definitely be horse.
You're not? No. No. Nope.
Okay.
I'm not letting you touch some horses anymore, man. You're done. The horses.
Their cute could go hunt something.
Oh,
Make a nice
no.
snake.
With a rope. Material.
If you want to, you can go on.
Yeah, I probably would.
Do hunt, yeah.
Okay.
I'll go see if there's anything useful.
Okay.
Or survival, you know.
make a survival check. Yeah.
All right. Survival. So 13.
You kind of sniffing around and looking through the forest, particularly paying attention to the forest floor, looking for small things. And you see like just chipmunks and squirrels dart away from you. Not much is really around here currently.
Right. I guess I could do my. Was it commune with nature? Is that the right spell? Yeah, commune with nature to see if there's a place I should go to. But that'll take 10 minutes. You guys
Okay.
can.
So
do
yeah,
that.
you start to sit down or however you cast your spell.
Hug a tree.
Smell the wind.
Other.
Material. I'm gonna give you an option. You're gonna take the rope, and you're gonna let me. You won't take the rope. I will keep the rope in both options. You're gonna let me tie your hands, and you're gonna be in agreement that this is for your own good, or you're gonna take it, and you're gonna know it's for your own good.
Take the staff too, then.
The staff,
Okay. That's ready.
Ned.
But I
She
want
just
it back.
Silently walks up and takes it casually.
Just
Like super silent. Just yes, you're right, sir.
Yep.
No, your staff transformed to the monk weapon.
Well, right. That's
Yeah. So now it's in 3 pieces.
yeah.
Yeah. So now you have his interesting nunchuck, whatever.
We hear a bonk from it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mid some serious conversation, you're just gonna hear a very hollow thunk, and it's gonna be like, oh. My head.
How do you bind him?
Timber edge.
What?
Timber edge.
I don't know what that means.
Wrap the shit out of it.
Yeah, but you want? I mean, or
Put him in
In
front.
front.
I'm not helping him.
so. Listen, I need to consult with the magic users.
Yeah.
I think he casts spells.
Talk to Snow. Snow's the sorcerer.
Snow.
Actually, I can.
We tie him up. Don't like that part.
Oh.
It's making it worse.
What about just
But are you able to do that?
I mean, I'm a favorite soul. I can do somatic. I can do verbal.
So
oh,
yeah,
if you
but
can
if
do
you
verbal things
if
too.
you can only do verbal stuff if your hands are bound.
Right.
If you know subtle spell where we can actually cast a somatic spell without that component.
I do not know subtle spells, so
Okay.
be safe and just bind and gag me. We're on Gary's mod.
I'm not gonna. I'm not interested in gagging him. I
But
mean,
it-
the
yeah.
fireball, was it cast with his hands or was it?
Yeah, he has to use a large hand gesture. So
I'm just
if
gonna
his
bind his hands in
Yeah,
front.
going forward, if your hands are bound, that means you cannot cast a spell with a somatic component.
Okay. I'm gonna Then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tie him in front out of respect, and I'm not gonna. The fireball wasn't. It had to do with your hands, so I'm not gonna gag you at this point, but I will by knocking you clean out.
If needed.
If you start talking funky language without me knowing
I
about
didn't
it,
start speaking in
It's
tongues. I cackled evilly as I threw a fireball.
if I hear
That
that
doesn't
cackle,
make it
if I
any
hear
better.
you cackle, Tyrael, you're gonna
You
get
giggle
a
while I
crackle.
bind you. That's it. Man.
Yeah. It's over.
All right.
I can't hear a pun then. I'm screwed.
Fireball is all 3: verbal, somatic, and material.
So
So he says something too.
And take his somatic component pouch.
Yeah, his component pouch. Yeah.
and you keep it. So wait a minute. And who's got the pouch that where you could just reach in and pull out what you're looking for?
Oh,
You have one.
I have one.
You have that, right?
Yeah.
You do not.
No.
So you have a
Unfortunately.
3-piece weapon, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna be able to use it?
Sure.
She already has.
She's got it.
No.
Hey.
Because if you weren't gonna, then I'd put it in the pouch so that if we need to give him the weapon, we can just insta grab out. But if it's gonna be on you, I mean, it's gonna be fun.
What kind of weapon is it? What
Each
does it do?
segment
Or
of that
it's a
staff
monk
is
weapon,
probably
but
as tall
technically I
as
think
her.
it falls under the category of martial. If you can use a martial weapon, you're probably good.
Yeah, but they don't do the small sizes in this game. Do they?
How big is the weapon? Yeah, like is it like
it's
a
a
2-foot
staff
segment?
broken
It's
up
a
to 3
staff for him.
Yeah, is it in like 2-foot segments or how big are the segments?
It would have to be because it was.
You're
Like
like
a
walking
6-foot
around with the
staff?
middle and the other two are
Yeah.
dragging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could have fun with that though. Like, for real.
I-
Up in the air.
my pack is like a little taller than me, so I keep it up there, and the other 2 pieces like dangle down.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But she's got 2 walking sticks. She can just walk with it.
Yeah, like I'm skiing. Like
Terrible.
Okay, so we bound him up. You're gonna be sticking around next to him, right?
Yeah, I think we all should put a bit of our attention.
Definitely.
how do we fix this still? Now we've figured out how to not let him throw up fireballs.
Well, in the middle of right now, is it a possibility to fix him right now?
Well, what are we doing? We were
How do
going
we
up
fix
to Cliff Knoll.
We got
to see what the
Lysander
Nine
here,
Blades.
right?
Do we still need to do that?
No, I don't know anything that's going on right now. I am so confused about who we should trust and who's doing what. And
Maybe.
Oh, okay, let me break it down for you.
no, I don't. I
No.
don't think.
Oh.
Do.
Maybe then our.
And
So maybe Tyrael is our priority then. What else? I mean, what better thing do we have to do right now than to help our friend?
There's a war coming, and the war might be being fought between bad lady peoples and bad king peoples, and these good villagey peoples who aren't allowed to use magic.
Who are the fake Nine Blades?
And
then?
who are the fake
With the
Nine Blades?
tattoos?
No, Lysander, I think, messed with us. I think he was teasing us.
You don't
Wasn't he?
think? You don't think he's a Nine Blade? He said he
Oh
was.
no!
he's still here. I am an Nine Blade.
Right.
I can hear you.
You are. Right. We believe you. We do, buddy. But what if he's just like saying that they're not Nine Blades just to tease us, like to trick us? I don't know. For
Why
what
would he
reason.
kill other Nine Blades?
I did not kill any Nine Blades.
Now, when we saw the illusion tattoo thing, he already had it on him. I just caught it under his sleeve. So he was just ready to go with it. Do you think maybe they're trying to frame you guys to make you look like a bigger issue to be taken care of?
Oh, absolutely. I did, whether it's framing me or they're trying to smoke me out because they've been hunting me for quite a while, and they're trying to find a way to get me to drop my persona and get me.
Do you know anything about a cave in the southern area that's supposed to lead back up north?
Oh yeah, the one with the moving rock.
No, there are a few caves. I mean, could you be more specific?
I give him the whereabouts of the one that was down by Aaken's house and all that.
Yes. As far as I know, that does have a underground tunnel that, as far as I recall, leads to a dead end.
Oh, interesting.
Because he was trying to tell us that that was how we would meet Wayne.
As well as the sword lady. Is the sword lady in town? Is she with the Nine Blades? Smuggly lady with the barrel, you know.
This old lady? I know I'm not. I don't know who you speak of.
He was trying to recruit us.
Zone of truth.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
And then ask your question.
Yes.
Okay. So what? How do
So
you
it is a
cast this?
charisma saving throw.
Okay.
DC 17. 16. DC
like
16.
Yeah, 17 would be
Charisma?
nice.
That would be super nice. And this guy's super charismatic, so let's hope. Let's really wish in that.
And it takes. Do you have to say something, and as a somatic component, I imagine.
This. Nutcracker. This would be no. I don't think so.
Waves his hand.
It's verbal somatic.
You could just you just like.
I'm just gonna
So-
do it, man. I mean,
so-
he's not. I can squish his face in. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, zone of truth.
Oh, is Zone of Truth? Why did you waste a spell?
So keep this in mind. I know when he's lying. I know when he passes or succeeds or fails.
He beat your DC.
Oh.
Why? Because I just don't innately trust you.
Why not? I am her former mentor. I mean,
Oh,
what?
you totally shouldn't trust him. He's amazing.
Listen, is his voice? His voice do that always.
Oh no. But
That's
don't-
why I don't trust you.
But don't tell anybody.
That's one reason.
Well, trust me or not trust me, I have to get that guard up to my secret hideout, and you can come or you can stay here and poop your pants. I don't care. I'm going to go.
Oh, I don't poop my own pants.
Well, there was that one
He
time
looks
you
down
were-
and goes, "You are not wearing pants. That's why you can."
That is correct.
Okay.
I poop where I walk.
Wait, what? Wow.
Cares where you poop?
Too sorry.
What's it called here?
What's the golem for?
I do not know. This is one of Prince Volji's requisitions, and he is in a new habit of acquiring magic items from across the continent or the land of Ekras. And oftentimes they are very powerful, or they are rumored to be powerful, and he will send out adventurers to seek out items to bring them back to him. We do not know why, but anybody who seems to amass this kind of arsenal, I am not in favor of.
Mm.
Can I check it out when we get to your hideout?
The golem?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm on board.
I'm on board.
That's all it took.
Are we bringing the captain along?
We're definitely bringing the captain. He's one of us right now.
Well,
This is a secret hideout.
Yeah,
We
you have
shouldn't
to
be
be
bringing
mindful.
people we don't trust and who hate us
yeah.
to a secret hideout.
So we're not bringing Tyrael either?
I think we're pretty close to the town still.
Yeah.
And there
Every time
are
you hit something.
Ned's going to suddenly be like, "Oh shoot, you guys! 2 of the captain's men are in the town."
And they did have orders to lock things down.
They're locking the town down, and it's really the only place we could send the captain.
Why can't we bring him with us?
We are gonna have to.
And we also put him on guarding Tyrael.
No.
Oh.
He will stay with us that way.
No, because he's going to kill Tyrael.
He's not we got RoboCop over here. Sorry, that literally I
He'll
wanted
start
to
with a
come out
sponge.
RoboCop.
Yeah, inspiration.
Dude, 2 for Robocop.
RoboCop gets an inspiration. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh man.
They just see 2 seconds.
Maybe just like put a bag over his head or something.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
I've
Bag
had
over
nightmares.
the worst. Wait, a bag over the captain's head.
Oh.
Yeah.
He doesn't see
Oh.
where we're going.
I'm just saying.
Oh, wait, what did you think? Was
Nothing.
there a better idea?
No,
wait,
no, it's fine. I was thinking something.
So listen.
There's a seaport town I was in. The girls weren't very looking. But,
Oh,
Listen. The man
Heck
just
yeah, it's heard of this
suffered a
mating
huge
ritual.
tragedy. We're not putting a bag over his head. Can we maybe disguise him for like a little bit,
No,
and then we
what?
stash him in
How-
town?
Oh.
we gotta
This is
get
so
rid of this
complicated.
cart though. We gotta take this cart somewhere. We can't let this be seen.
Did you?
I could totally disguise. Ned's like so on board with the idea of like showing off in front of the saber.
Good, Ned. Literally the best.
he's casting. Oh wait, no.
His hands are bound. It's okay.
Oh, sure. Leave the captain by himself, disguised, to go up to his 2 men in the town. Sounds like a wonderful idea.
We're hiding him.
Could just leave him outside.
I think he needs to come with
To
us.
go to his 2 friends and tell
I
him
think he needs
everything
to
that
come
just
with
happened.
us.
Whether we help him or not, he's going to tell everybody what we've done.
Oh, I thought we were.
But we don't
guarding
need him to
from
tell him
those 2
how.
people in town. That changes everything.
we may also have to do that too. But yeah, depends on what he does.
Okay, yeah. So we're bringing him with us, but we're disguising him, right?
Well, we don't need to disguise. We're going to the secret lair.
Yes.
We just need him not to see the secret lair. Put a bag over.
That's
Yeah,
what we could
that's-
blindfold him
that's
basically, so he doesn't
I
see.
thought we were just like parading these people. Okay. I thought he'd have to spend the whole time with a bag over his head the entire time.
No, just at some point.
Listen, I'm protecting his good faith. Man, we don't want to be sending anybody who just saw his friends get molten lava into seeing nothing but only molten lava the entire time. I'd be psychologically distressed if that happened.
We'll only blindfold him for a little bit.
Good. It's too late.
All right, third gear, community with nature.
Yeah, are there any people, animals, plants that'd be interesting? Buildings within 3 miles.
Within 3 miles.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Great.
within 3 miles of Ellery, so there's the town.
Okay, so I'd sense like tons of people that
Yeah.
way in buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
Any animals or anything I'd want to eat? Probably want to find something to eat.
What's your
You see
taste
horses?
and what's your diet? I don't know.
Anything raw, pretty much.
The forest is
He
full of
won't. He
animals,
won't eat
man.
anything that's made by other people. He always eats his own stuff.
Well, you get a sense that there are some
Super paleo
large wolves that are in the forest.
Very good.
They are a couple miles away though.
I can always track you guys later.
You're gonna go fight the wolves?
I'm gonna go eat a wolf. I'll bring you back some.
Okay. So Thicker bounds off into the woods. You know, he's doing his thing.
Come back with like a wolf leg in his mouth, drop it on the ground in front of us. Look what I did!
That's what you do, though.
Like a dog.
The hatchlings get leftovers. That's how it works.
I miss Mordor.
No, but this lizard, man.
All right, Boots. We'll see
Don't
you
worry,
later.
it's like you won't even know he's there.
All right. So what's the plan?
We're getting into the hideout.
What bag over the guy's head,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And then
Still use the bag of holding.
no, that's not for that.
Yeah.
And then we just go. We just go to the Saber's hideout, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we bag him.
Does anybody have a bag?
How about a strap of
Why
cloth?
don't you polymorph him and put him in something small?
That one lasts an hour.
Just
Yeah.
out of character.
Let's bandage him up, like his eyes, and then we go. So, does anybody have a strap of cloth? That's better than a bag. Or does anybody have a bag that can fit head size of people?
I have strips of rug from that living rug.
Oh yeah, I remember the living room.
Yeah, can we rug him?
Yeah, let's rug them.
His new nickname is Rugbird.
That was savage.
That was savage. Oh my god.
Ow!
Raw. Yeah, the only cloth I
I
have
think
is
Thirkier doesn't talk.
lick clothing, which I don't think we should use.
Well, he does rename everybody based on what they do.
I mean, I have other cloth too. I have that like nice piece of gold cloth, and I have my, what's it called? The
Oh, the color changing stuff.
what's
Magic.
it called? I
Something
have it written
weave.
down somewhere.
Glamweave?
Glamour weave. Then I have the glamour weave, but I'm totally just using the old rug bits, the rug corpse strips.
That's good enough.
Okay, so as you walk over to the captain with your rug bits in hand, that sort of nunchucks dangling from your shoulders.
Yes. I'm gonna tell him all about the rugs that we fought too while I'm doing it.
He looks around. He's like, "This is what you're doing. This is your plan."
Yep.
Just this first part.
Okay. He takes off his helmet. And he puts his head towards you. He's like, "Do it." And you tie the rug bits around his head to create this sort of makeshift blindfold. Yeah.
I was trying to get an opportunity earlier because you said that Alvin or West had things to say.
Yeah, Wes. It was. I think he'd be okay with the situation because if the guard was going to go his own way, Wes was going to shadow him and just follow and make sure he's okay. So the fact that you guys are taking it with you, I think Wes would be around. Alvin, traumatized by the actions, needs a moment to reflect, and he's going to go to the graves of Lefe and Mordo. And we'll reconnect with you guys later on.
That's deep reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So who's leading this paddy wagon?
Well,
Maybe.
It'd have to be the saber.
yeah.
Let's
Going
go
to
with
his
Saber.
hideout.
Well, of course! Only I know the way!
So this is
Ned's totally just gonna start going, oh, now.
this is the saber wagon.
It is a Le Saber wagon, yes.
Oh my God.
Missing a few doors, but we're okay. Sorry. Okay. And he looks like, okay, everybody, climb aboard and buckle up. And he goes, yeah! And he snaps the horse, and the cart moves forward, and you guys take off. Assuming you follow either on your own horses or your mounts.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my horse because I left it behind.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We should all collect our horses.
All our horses are very
And
numerous
lizards.
around.
And just here.
Yep.
And it's here.
Okay, you travel a ways, and you are going to the forest. And the forest is more full. It's more populated, more trees and around Ellery, and it's got this kind of gloom to it, like almost like there's a little fog that hangs near the ground, and it's dark and it's just kind of spooky. But it's make perception checks.
Yeah, not 20.
Okay.
Go little dice, go.
Let's go. 9.
22.
27.
15.
Oh, I didn't even add mine up after that. 27 also?
What?
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
But mine's natural.
So the natural 20. As you're looking out through the woods, you see these large wolf shapes, kind of stalking the cart. And you look and you see there's some on the other side too. In total, you notice that there are 6 of these wolves
Oh.
that are huge and they're larger than a normal wolf. Like
Huge, like bear-sized wolves?
kind of.
Or
These are like kind of like dire wolf size, but maybe even bigger than that.
Oh.
They're moving alongside the cart with you.
Okay.
And you know you clearly you pinpointed all 6 of them.
Okay.
And you also notice that Mortal's like, or not Mortal, third character, slowly tracking behind. Anyway, okay. Everyone else had. Let's see. Oh. Can anybody who had it better than 20?
22.
22?
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys notice the same shapes as well. Buick is still going on. He's like, oh, it's a lovely woods, yes.
Ned's gonna like lean in and be like, "There's 6 of them." To Buick LeSabre and like smile really smugly to herself.
He looks around. He's like, you cannot count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are at least 8 of you.
No, in the woods.
We are in the woods.
I'm gonna let everybody else know now because you're boring.
Eat it, let's say.
So, but she's gonna try the same exact thing. She's gonna say, she's gonna whisper to everybody, "There's 6 of them."
6
Over
of
Carrie's
what?
mind.
There's 8 of us.
Oh, I love it.
Sorry.
You are too good. Oh, I hurt my hands clapping that hard.
Wolves. Big wolves.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I can't come back from that.
You can't come back from that.
Okay. Like, I mean, are we galloping? So, like, if I jump off, I mean, I'm on.
Well, I mean,
Why don't we just start
You
running?
can roll
you
off.
can gallop. I mean, you just gotta tell him to gallop.
I want to go hit a
Do
wolf.
we want
Yeah.
to punch a wolf?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around the camp, the thing.
Let's-
So we're good.
Let's
okay.
let's not
Okay, fine.
get in a fight unnecessarily because we don't want to trigger somebody's bloodlust.
Can I
You're-
tell
you're
if
great
the wolves
wolf.
have any intention? Can I?
You can make an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. Because you did an natural 20, I'll allow you to do that. That's cool.
Okay.
How that happened?
Another nat 20?
Oh, are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
Okay. Whispers.
Oh.
General.
Everyone's gonna show up next session with like tiny dice. Like
That's obviously the hack.
there's 20 on every side.
Still got
7,
Okay.
Don't touch another person's dice.
18,
Okay.
14,
Not bad though.
6. Nothing magic.
You thought I was
Just a-
cheating?
Just
That was a different die than I rolled last time. I have so many d20s that I can't wear them out.
Little
That's
league
what it
dice are killer.
Ned's just gonna go, oh, you guys, this is so cool. You guess what these are. 'Cause I know.
You just said wolves.
Wolves.
They're not wolves. Oh, they're not wolves. They have swords.
Wolves with swords.
Yeah,
Sword wolves.
sword wolves.
Werewolf.
And they're hunting. Yeah, those.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thurkir's not here.
Oh, yeah, he's
Thurkir's
not-
actually hunting them. I'm like behind them.
You're
stalking
hunting the
them.
werewolves.
Yeah, it's you guys and the wolves, and I'm
what does that
following
mean?
them.
I've never seen a wolf carry a sword.
I
You're
know.
crazy.
And they're
Wait,
totally hunting,
actually-
you can tell.
We have.
We have.
And I threw that
Were
one
we
in
on
there.
spice?
No, the Lycan brothers. Remember, they were our crew.
Oh, right.
And
You're
Ward
the
of
guys we
Bear
keep
Hunt for
forgetting
the-
about. Those guys, right.
At this point, were you saying this out loud to everybody?
I was using the mind link.
Yeah.
And just so, yeah, and that's gonna be like, well, since you haven't noticed, my incredible perception has picked up a pack of werewolves that is hunting us. They have swords.
So good, why did you not tell me sooner?
I thought
Holy
you
shit! We gotta go!
Yeah, he gets it. Oh my god. Yeah, Buick gets you a lot of inspiration.
He snaps the reins and just like the horses just take off. You see like the carriage starts bounding off the rocks and he's going as fast as he looks at it and he's like, oh, we got this is not good. We got to go. And you just take it off as fast as you go. And you notice that the wolves now start to close in and their speeds have picked up. And you see the flashes of like these midnight twilight eyes and a glimpse of like gleaming blades on their back. And as you see closer, that they have slick back sable hair. They're all muscular, and they have arms, and they're like look more like they're kind of leaping, not necessarily in their wolf form, but more like a hybrid form between their man and their wolf form. Yeah.
I would like to cast Sleet Storm.
Wait, let me smell them. If they're not evil, maybe they're.
What's
maybe
your
we're on the
range
bad side
on
of
that?
16 feet, I do believe.
We can. You can sniff them while they're in a sleet storm, right?
It's a good point to be. Okay, so I can get behind that idea.
They're
Yes,
they're
it is
right on the
60 feet.
fringes. They're,
Yes,
they're
I'm
just
assuming
within
they're
60 feet, so you can smell the lycanthropes.
At least some of them.
Yep. So go ahead. You got it first, so I can do it through sleep storm. For sure. I can
So-
smell these dudes.
I'm gonna go ahead and empower this sucker.
Good or bad?
It just means that they're forced to have disadvantage.
Do it.
But it's a 40-foot radius, like directly behind us.
Okay.
Just DC 15. Where is it? Dex save
With
with disadvantage. If they fail, they fall prone.
Oh yeah. No, all of them. So
That'll
is
buy
it,
some time.
so how do
Slidey
you
puffers.
cast this? Or what does it look like?
I just kind of go, stop,
Okay.
and snow just drops.
And this
starts
40-foot
dropping.
cube is there's a sleet storm, just torrential downpour, coating everything in this fine sheen of ice. And you see the wolves come out into the road and go, whoosh, and they're slipping around. They all fall off to the ground. The whole pack of them, they fall prone, and you're easily gaining much more distance because of this. But before you leave, you get the smell of a pungent wet dog smell. Like it's
Ooh.
moss and dirt, and there's
Evil.
there's a musk. Yeah, they're evil. You get like, but there's also one smell that catches you kind of off guard. You smell violets.
Violets.
Yeah.
On a werewolf.
What does
So
that
knowledge,
mean?
whatever that roll would be to figure out what the heck violet meant.
You can
There's
try.
gotta be a good one in there. Actually, my brain's working. I got it. There's a good one in there.
Andrew.
Suddenly remembering my loot, I think, oh yeah, this thing had something about protection in it. I'm just going to try to do something like, can I invoke some sort of protection spell from the loot or use it to protect the cart?
What's your loot supposed to have?
I never identified it.
Never identified it yet.
I know it's got something to do with protection, and there was something else.
That's kind of nice.
Do it.
Oh, man.
I love using that test.
protection.
Do it untested?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
do
use
it.
it untested?
Do
Okay,
it.
let's try this.
Casting whatever it is.
Okay.
And we all sleep.
This could change our relationship.
Oh.
Okay.
If you kill the what?
Wait, I should protect
I don't know
us.
which one.
Protect us, not attack them.
Yeah, but what if there's
Okay,
a
you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
+4.
Let's see. 17.
Okay. So as you start to pull out this loot and you start to pluck it and strum it, you realize that if this could have gone wildly wrong. Like if you had not, because you're really well versed with musical instruments, that if you played it like an incorrect note, this would have caused you some pain.
Oh.
And okay, and so you start to cast, and as you play, what kind of song are you playing?
Something like I don't know. What would a protective song sound like?
Rockabye, baby.
No, that'd be sleep. I maybe it would be like a hymn to Tyr.
Okay. No, you start chanting your hymn and plucking.
Yeah.
There is an aura that surrounds the whole carriage, and you're now protected from fire.
Oh snap! That's pretty sweet.
Which I think grants you guys resistance to fire.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Yep.
Half damage from fire.
Do I have a sense that that's the only protection it does, or is it just okay? That's because I didn't know what I was doing. It kind of
Yeah.
random. Could be protection from whatever I.
If you can play the jams.
Whatever's on your mind.
Okay.
Thirkir would like to do a perception check now, like
Okay.
while they're flailing around on the ice.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch them.
Or at least see if they're holding swords and they're not normal.
That's a 16.
Okay.
Like, would I see that they're like humans, or would they look like animals to me?
They look. It's the hybrid form, so
Okay.
they're definitely they can be bipedal, but they also when they run at gallop they run on all fours.
I think
They
I'm
look
gonna
like
be
messed up
weirded
humans.
out by
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I don't think I'd go in not knowing what I'm hunting.
You don't want to
Yeah.
eat weird.
This is
you don't
weird,
Want, you don't want
yeah.
mystery meat, man.
No.
Yeah, no.
Plus, a whole bunch of us strong people just left.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
join up
You're
on the
cheating.
I would have
carriage?
picked one off and like dragged him out. And
Jeez.
Right now.
Okay, so as you separate yourselves from the wolves that are flailing around in the snow, you see one stand up, and he's got longer fangs. The other one, it's got this kind of really sharp pointed white goatee, and he kind of and he gets down, he turns around, he sends the pack into the woods to do something, and just they leave. Yeah.
Smell that one.
Yeah, that's the one. I kind of did. That one still smell like lilacs?
No.
Or lily?
Violets, not lilacs.
Buick, you know? Oh, sorry.
What?
Do you know? Is this the first you've ever seen werewolves in these woods?
Oh, you're talking to Buick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is not. This is the first time I have seen them in real life. I knew that there was something of a rumor going around about them, but I did not believe it. And I'm very glad that they are behind us, and hopefully we can get away from them in quick order.
Its range is 150 feet, so once we get there, it stops.
Okay. So you cross through and meander around, the spell disappears, and it starts to melt, stuff like that. Okay. So he takes you through the rest of the woods, and you come out to a clearing, and it's kind of like this almost like a bluff almost, where there's an edge that leads down to the rest of the Briga, and there's like plains below, and there's this little farm right situated at the end of the bluff, and you see that there is a farmer there, and he's out there he's got a hoe and he's working, and he's got a big straw hat on, and you see Buick reach into his lapel, pull up something, he starts whispering, and you see the guy, the farmer, take his hoe, turn it around, put it in the ground, and turn it. And the path that leads off to the right sort of opens up, and it leads down underground. Yeah.
What did he whisper into his lapel?
Make a perception check.
Well,
You
I
have
can
lip
read
reading?
lips.
Well, you said still perception.
Okay.
You still have to see
Okay.
the lip reading.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna give you advantage on that because I got it too.
Oh, you can lip read?
Yep.
Ooh.
I
They're
rolled
both
2 12s.
12s. Plus
So,
what on your perception?
5. So,
17.
Plus, are you proficient with it?
no.
Okay. 17.
17.
Okay. You see that he's like, okay, Chorok, open the gate. We're good.
Oh, okay. Nothing. No big deal.
No
Torah?
secret words.
So not in a French accent?
No, he's trying to show Chorok. Open the gate. And as you go by, you see there's something quite unusual about the farmer. It's someone you've not seen, a being you've not seen before. And he's got gray skin, kind of missing a nose. It's just kind of like a nose ports almost. He got real thin lips, large ears that are kind of pointed. And he's got like stringy hair, and he's got like kind of freckles and like almost like warts all over his face, in like big large eyes. Almost, and his mouth would be, while it's thin, it almost looks like it's not even there.
Some weird frog man.
Knowledge nature?
Yeah, if you want. He's about 6 foot. Yeah, I think.
I
Average.
mean, I'm not really the one that
I
makes it.
got
but
knowledge nature. I got 4.
Take it away. I'm not proficient in it or anything, so.
19.
19. Very good.
But if you give me advantage.
I'm gonna make a history check to see if that rings any bells from the legends. I know.
Okay, make a history check.
18.
18. So between the two of you, you have one by observing the characteristics and sort of talking about who is this person, and you realize there's stories of extraplanar beings that have come, either from limbo or from the far realm, and you recognize that this one is the Githyanki.
What?
A Githyanki.
From limbo, possibly?
Yeah.
Ooh, Tulazar.
Before we get too far ahead, I would have chased after the cart, I think,
Yeah.
since I decided I'm not. So I'd probably be stealthing around behind the cart.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll just sneak in after them.
So as a cart, Buick guides the cart down to the underground
Yeah.
cavern, is kind of through the road, and he brings it in, and the road closes up behind you, and these torches light up one by one, in different kind of hues. One set's red, another one sets as yellow, another set is blue, and kind of that pattern keeps repeating all the way down this long corridor.
What is it?
Red, yellow, blue. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Ooh, not great.
Intermission.
Hold on to your hats, audience.
I was all excited I was going to get to hunt
Go
something.
get refills of Coca-Cola and popcorn from the concession.
That's all.
We need some like hold music for it or
We need to make
something.
an intermission song.
Yeah.
Great to see
Great. Well, good. Okay, we're back. And
Live.
so we're going to transition to the Shadowfell. And we're going to pick up with Roland. You see Gideon standing over you. And kind of off in the distance, you see Vera. She looks and she's walking closer to you, walking closer. Get up. Get up. You can do it. Get up. And you kind of struggle to your hands, and your blood is kind of coming out of your nose, and it's like in your eyes. You see Gideon's boot just kick you in the gut. knock you over. And as you fall to your back, he goes, like, I thought you were supposed to be strong. What on earth happened to you? That world has made you weak.
I guess it has.
Well, very well then. If that's your attitude, he takes a step back, he puts his hand out, and you start to feel your body lift off the ground. Make a strength save.
Fun times in the Shadowfell.
14.
You need new dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want a set of tiny dice?
You got that inspiration.
Can
you
you use my mug
If you want to give him your mug, you can. Yeah.
as a prayer for man to protect your scrawny? It's the inspiration. You get to roll it.
The reroll, yeah.
I'm gonna roll my other one.
Where's jail? Where's jail?
Both of them. Get rid of them.
You can touch my dice.
I feel your pain, dude. I feel your pain.
Do you want one of these?
Okay.
Told you he's the worst, guys.
All right. So you feel your body being lifted off the ground as the force of Gideon's mind just propels you into the air as he's casting telekinesis on you, and he's guiding you over the edge of this floating moat, and he puts you over the edge, 10, 20 feet away from any edge, and he suspends you in the air, and you look around, and there's just nothing but blackness below you. You make some smaller shapes. You see some wisps of clouds. You see some craggy, very sharp rocks below. And here and there you see little dots of light, like campfires, or maybe just torches. And he's like, this may be our end. If you do not accept the power of the Shadowfell in you right now, you will plummet to your death.
How do I do that?
Okay.
Not exactly ready to die.
That is a good first step. Willingness is an option. And then he drops the spell and you fall. Make a dexterity check.
11.
Why?
I got 6
I
dex.
have inspiration.
Yeah.
You heard our Lord and Savior. The
Yeah.
accepted into your heart.
I'll use one of the inspiration.
Okay.
You get no
That's a
more,
whole
you're cut
5.
off.
You just found it to be. It's not
Okay.
meant to
Well,
be.
so it's 11. You took
Yes.
the highest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good thing I rolled well. So as you're falling, and you're free falling, you see the clouds just disappear, because you're falling so quickly, and just nothing but purple and grays and twilights. There's this dark shape kind of flies out from underneath the moat, and I rolled a 20, and it catches you square on its back. And you look around, and you see that this flapping wings that are kind of very leathery. You're on a furred body, and as you roll over, you're on a giant bat.
Nice.
So the bat
Very
flaps up, flies around, and Gideon jumps on, takes the front, and he's like, "I'm glad you accepted your fate." And he starts flying off towards what I guess is probably closest to the west,
Okay.
in terms of Shadowfell land. And he looks as you're flapping, and like, this is my pet. You do not touch my pet without my permission.
Okay.
I'm glad we do not try it. I mean, he will eat you.
He. Okay. Does he have a name?
No,
No. You have a pet, but you didn't name it?
I'm not telling you his name.
Oh. Okay.
To name something is to control it, is to own it. You have not owned that right. So, our duty lies ahead of us. I do want to commend you for your bravery in front of our Minotaur friend. In the history of the Proving Grounds, only one person has actually knocked him out.
I'd put my money on you.
You are correct. Everyone else has either died, been thrown off, or, lucky you, fell unconscious and he spared you because he had a modicum of respect for your abilities. So that is high praise. That will go far with Radek. And going far, with me as well. Now, as you know, we are to hunt a shadow dragon. However, we do need the assistance of a person from the material plane. So we are going back. We need to find a man named Gavin.
Gavin?
Mm-hmm. And we will find him at all costs. So we are going to head west and start with his parents.
Okay. What do we, we have to find him at all costs, so I'm assuming that's all costs. We yeah. Yeah.
This is the next phase of your trial period. I hope you are not squeamish when it comes to acquiring information.
I'll do what I gotta do.
Excellent. Most excellent. And the bat flies off, and you guys take off towards the western part. Don't really know where you're going yet, but Gideon assures you that there's going to be a portal at some point in the future.
Okay.
And we'll transition back to the tunnel. And you feel the tunnels the slope downwards, and it kind of spirals down and down. And it comes to a stop in front of a large wooden door. It's a big double door, like a gatehouse door. It is, I guess, board and batten. So the main boards are perpendicular, and there's like smaller boards that are covering the holes in front of it, as if it's designed to be protected against a serious gust of wind or other kinds of infiltration. And it's a more sturdy door than would normally appear. Buick waves his cutlass, and he gives a little whistle, and the doors open up from the inside. And so there's two human guards wearing leathers and gray cloaks, and they shuffle, they usher you in, and you guys go in. The gates close behind you. It leads you to a circular room. And Buick gets out. It's like, okay, here we are. Time to get out.
How did you build all this?
Oh, I do know. It was here. I did not build it.
Everything is suspicious.
And there is, what is it? There is, it's two doors leading, one to, I guess, was it the north, or this way and this way. And they're open corridors. They're pretty well lit with the same fire torch pattern. And he's like, okay. So this is our holding room for the golem, and I'm sure true to my will, I will let you in. So he goes back around the carriage, takes the cutlass, and slashes the lock off in one swing. Doors creak open slightly, and you see the back of this large stone golem sitting cross-legged. Yeah, and so there, have at it. It's okay.
Do detect magic ritual.
Is the live link still up?
No.
I'm gonna redo, before I do the detect magic ritual, I'm gonna redo the mind link.
Okay.
And add Thurkir in, since there's.
Well, are you sure he's even with us?
Oh, yeah, Thurkir.
Yeah, I've been walking behind the light.
Yeah, but do we know?
I assume he's in the
We
room with us.
literally haven't seen Thurkir since the fireball.
Did he come down into the? Did you
Yeah,
come down?
I've
with
been
us?
like
Yeah,
sneaking
he's-
around.
yeah, he's
yeah.
been-
But
Yeah.
sneaking. So
He's been sneaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of you would have seen me.
Alright.
So not
I see
sneaking
him in the
well.
room. I mean, he's in the room,
Yeah.
right?
There's
Yeah.
torches. I can't
Yeah.
hide anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
okay.
no, you can't hide anymore. No, he's down underground with you guys.
All right, yeah. All party in
Okay.
Mind Link.
Okay.
And then do detect magic.
Oh, and well, you know this is indeed a golem. It was once activated, and by the magic, it was animated by what is it? A conjuration spell, and that in a combination of necromantic energy. So part of this golem was conjured from elements, but you get the sense that there was some sort of blood price that had to be paid in order for this thing to be activated.
I'll let everybody else know that on the Mind Link.
What's a blood price?
That's when you have to make the blood come out of somebody to make things work.
How much blood? Is there a way to find out?
Probably all
All the blood?
the blood.
Will they be okay?
Probably not.
Wait, let me ask this question. It might have be part of that. Will they turn into the golem? Like, so if you cut me, bleed me dry, and you put me into that thing, will it be me?
I don't think you'd get in it.
It's not a suit.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a suit.
Well, I don't expect to get out of it once I'm in it, but I mean, do I become the golem?
I don't actually. I've never done any kind
Might
of
be more of a
that kind of
spiritual
magic.
question.
I really don't know.
Does it obey whoever activates it?
Try.
Let me do an Arcana check on
Sure.
what I know
I feel
about
like
golems.
there's something said about.
I can give you some advantage on that.
Excellent. Yeah, we're thinking about it together.
There you go.
Oh, that's an 18 plus something.
Plus proficiency, so plus 4.
Arcana.
Plus amazing.
Total?
22.
How much? I'm sorry.
22.
22.
Don't you wait?
Twenty
Don't you add your this plus 4 plus your proficiency?
Plus 8.
Oh.
18
Yeah.
plus 8.
26.
That's
You
fair.
gotta get.
You gotta
it
fix
right.
those numbers.
Yeah.
I need to redo my
You
whole
need
sheet.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that
bigger sheet, yeah.
before next session.
Yeah, so the process of creating the golem usually involves a particular tome that is special for the creation of that particular type of golem. And once the ritual has been completed and all the components done and all of the ceremony performed and successfully cast, the golem is basically the only person who can command it is the person who completed that ritual, and only that person.
And this golem is completely deactivated.
Just a sculpture, unless you
Yeah.
know who. How do you find out who made it?
Well, I think only who activates it, right?
Well, you have to make it and then activate it.
But what if it's made and then another person activates it?
You can't.
So, like, what I'm saying is, like, if he provides the ritual, puts the stones in the deal, bleeds a dude into it, and then he does it, it would respond to him.
This is bleeding a dude.
Interesting.
I do like that hand step. Just this bleed a dude. Like pouring out a carton of milk.
right.
Now you bleed a dude.
This you do.
Yeah.
Empty a
You'll
guy.
have to find out.
There's
I
no
don't
way-
think so. I'm not finding that out.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't need that much blood.
It's pretty cool, but I don't think we have much use for it.
Question.
Yes.
The gem socket recesses, are they roughly the size of the bloodstones that we've taken from the tree things?
No, these are different shapes.
Okay.
The sockets are closer to like an octagon kind of thing. So like more of a refined gemstone that had to be cut specifically for those. Yeah,
Faceted
yeah,
gems.
absolutely.
Interesting.
The bloodstones and things are just round.
Those are more like pyramidal.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're kind of more roughly hewn.
Okay.
They're more like a long quartz almost.
Alright.
Over to the mind link, I want to say, did you guys see that farmer as we were coming in?
Yeah.
He had no nose.
Yeah, I think he was a Get the Yankee.
A what? A hoo hoo?
It definitely was.
Yeah.
Get the Yankee. Young Yankee.
What are those?
Dudes with no noses.
It's the dude upstairs.
Yeah, but
They're I don't know if they're from Limbo or from the Outer Planes, but I don't think they're usually good.
Lips.
If he's from Limbo, I should talk to him and see what he knows about the place. Because that's where my brother is. Or was.
Everyone's like, huh?
But he really convinced me when he said it was my brother. I'm like, we do have to talk to him. Don't.
Mysteries deepen.
Have you detected evil on
Yeah.
the saber? Or
No. Saber.
the saber?
You've
Only
not sniffed
because
him.
it's kind of like I didn't sniff a saber.
You did sniff while the saber was around, though.
So it
when
would've
you
told.
sniffed with the werewolves,
Right.
Okay.
you should have actually had a
It
good
would be able to
solid
tell
whiff.
me everything around in a 60-foot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if when I did it back then,
Oh yeah, so Buick smells like a fine cologne.
sandalwood.
No, not sandalwood. More like an ocean breeze kind of smell.
Oh, windswept ocean mist.
There's a bit of
Get
salt
that
spray in there
breeze
mixed
over
with some sunshine.
It smells like Axe body spray.
It does not smell like Axe.
Maybe a,
No.
maybe
Maybe
a hint
Old
of
Spice.
croissant.
Yeah.
Crystal.
You see, I mean,
Warm bread.
it smells like Acquadigio.
And champagne.
Aqua di Gio.
Yeah,
I used to love to pick on those commercials. It's
I know.
terrible. Anyway, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Well, she dotes. He's not that cool, but he's okay.
He's alright.
He's alright.
The sword. Accent.
Yeah.
The mustache, which I like.
He's not as strong as me.
What he uses for wax?
It's a fake mustache. I learned it from him.
Mine's real.
Ned totally said that just to make you feel better.
So as you see Buick handling a couple of things, and he's motioning people to come get some planks to wheel at least the golem out, or at least try to get it off the carriage to this room to store it, stuff like that.
Just to store, do we really know what his plans are?
He's taken stuff from the bad guys and given stuff to the people.
Like a golem.
But he's taken it away from the king.
I think it's a.
But what's
It's
he
a-
doing with the golem?
Well, it's stopping the king from getting all the magic items and making nobody ever use them again.
Yeah, no, that's a valid thing, right? But whenever we've had to go find something for a dude or prince for whatever reason, we've oftentimes had to figure out what they were going to be doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this guy,
Well, just for clarification, it's the prince who requisitioned the golem.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same prince who you
that wanted the staff of chiasm.
Staff Chiasmus.
Yeah.
Probably should destroy
So then
it.
this guy cuts off, gets the golem. Manolo's question is, what's he going to do with that thing then? I mean, if you need to bleed somebody, I'm not okay with that.
Okay. Ned's just gonna walk over to the saber and be like, so what are you gonna do with this now?
That's right.
Well, well. Too many voices. Sorry.
Gideon, is that you?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kill everybody. No. God, okay, I'm sorry.
Just do
It will sit here until we figure out how to use it. Well, no, that's not the right time. I'm not going to use it. We do not have. It looks like there's these gems, and he starts counting the sockets. I have no gems. I cannot activate it, but I'd rather keep it here, whereas no one else knows about it except for you folk, and not the prince, so he cannot do what he is planning to do with it.
Do you know what he does with his magic stuff?
No,
Okay.
But they.
It's the prince. The prince wanted it.
that is correct.
Is the prince working in coordination with his father, or is he maybe opposing him?
There is some conjecture as to the prince's motivation. Some people think that the King Vargas is now a weak king because he's crippled and he cannot perform, and he's not enduring like the Mothra wants him to endure. So some people think that his son is plotting against him to take the throne. Other people think that it is just he is a nut job and he is trying to acquire things because he has esoteric tastes. Other people just they don't care.
Prince Vargas. Prince Vargas hired us to find something called, or tried to hire us to find something called the Staff of Chiasmus, which was a time control staff.
It's too powerful to let anybody have.
So we kind of didn't bring it back.
We destroyed it.
We did
Well.
not. I protect things. What happened is it's hidden.
Make a deception check.
It's hidden.
So
I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage.
Give me advantage on that
Yeah.
deception.
It's like, what he means to say is it's hidden.
That works.
So that's 19.
We
That's right, it's hidden.
we didn't. Is it still somewhere?
He just doesn't
Mental
believe.
thing. You can mental thing.
Listen. Shh.
He got all he's disappointed.
You were hoping, huh?
And so Buick looks at you. He's like, "Well, that is very, very, I guess, noble of you. I think you did. Is that why you own that medal?
I own this medal because I saved
Because you
an
hid
entire
something that you should not have had?
No, because I saved an entire realm of bad things. We all did, in fact.
No.
No.
By hiding them.
They
by
were
hiding
bad.
We saved a good realm from bad things.
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
meant. We saved a whole realm from bad things. Is that what I said?
Oh,
You should, whatever you say.
well, bully for you. I'm glad you did something.
Oh,
We've
yes.
done a lot of things.
I definitely did something. I like you, Buick, but you're definitely a fish. Flopping everywhere.
What?
That's how I
I
see
don't.
it.
I see you points, and I don't know why. But I'm confused.
That was such a confusing Anolo thing to say.
Buick is a fish. Floppity bastard.
It's just like,
With a mustache.
It's like one of those trouts on the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, well, so this is obviously this is our storage room, and he points out other things, other special armaments they've acquired. There are rows of swords, there are a row of pikes and halberds, and there's a shelf full of other trinkets and other things that are like there's there's a shelf of scrolls, there's a couple of tomes of books, other things because this is the stuff we have been intercepting and from the guards and some of this is up for sale because we are going to sell it. We need to make money. Some of this stuff is for the stuff we have stolen from Prince Vergis and other stuff like that. But anyway, this is the way to the. And he points down this hallway. This is the way to your quarters, where you can sleep, you can get some food, have a drink, maybe a shower. I mean, he looks over. So he's like, you still have some gore on you. I mean, there's some. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be using that.
Since when I did detect magic, do I see any other magic
That was
items?
because it's.
Yes.
Okay.
There is a couple of swords that are magical to give off this kind of faint aura.
Okay.
There's one scroll that is magical, and there's also a halberd that's magical.
Magical weapons.
do you have any silvered weapons? I mean, if there were werewolves out there, perhaps.
I will sure put that on our order for the next time we steal something.
I was thinking, guys, that we could take whatever weapons we have and take some silver coins, melt them down, coat our weapons with it.
Is there smithy here?
We do not have the luxury of a smithy underground with very little ventilation. We would smoke ourselves out.
What about magic fire? Is that smoky?
That doesn't work.
Is that the only one?
No fire.
No magic
No
fire.
No magic fire for now.
What if he's not in the room? You can totally hear us talking. Because you're in the mind link and everything.
Okay, well, if I will let you get acclimated to the area, and he goes off down the other tunnel.
Ned's gonna follow him.
Make it stealth. Are you just following him?
Yeah, no, just
Okay.
following him.
Okay. So you're following him, and he's like, "What? Wait.
Let's see this. I want to see what you're up to. I want to ask you about that murder.
Okay.
How about that burger?
He's like, well, we will not talk here. Let's go to my quarters. And on the left, there's a small wooden door. It's kind of dome shaped, and he opens it up. And inside it's pretty sparse, but there's a cot, there is a small writing desk, and there's a small table with books and other trinkets and other knickknacks that are, I guess, interesting to him.
What kind of knickknacks?
There is a ring. It's a gold ring. It's sitting there. There's also a bottle of perfume, and there's a looks to be a small silver case.
Are any of these things that Ned saw in her childhood?
Yes, all three of them.
All three of them are? Okay.
So he goes and he sits on his bed. And he takes off his mustache. Says, "Okay, hi."
That accent, wow, impressive.
Well, thank you. It's one of many.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
I'm glad you approve. Mister, you followed me.
Well, yes, but I mean, I was so young, and I looked up to you, and then this murder happened, and they all blamed you, and then you were gone, and I didn't know what to think, so I just need some closure and understanding, and I'm so glad that you're here, and you're okay, even if you killed people, but that would be less good, and I'd be less glad, but still.
No, he sits down. He runs his hand through his hair. Rests his hand in his face in his hands for a moment. He looks up and you see that he's actually kind of welling up a little bit. I didn't want her to die. She wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
I loved her. It was an accident. And when you think about it now, you replay it every day, and it doesn't make sense. It wasn't me. I didn't kill her. Someone in town did. To get back at me.
I knew that people didn't like you because you were an outsider, but to go that far, just for that?
I guess.
And
I've been a 9-blade a very long time.
I see.
But anyway, he goes over to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I've been wanting to give this to you, but I told myself I'd give this to you if I ever saw you again. And he holds out his palm, and there's the gold ring, he just taps it, and it springs up into a little ball.
No.
It
Woo!
looks,
She
it,
goes.
it looks like
Woo!
it looks like an astrolabe.
Oh.
And he taps it again, and it goes back to the ring. That's for you.
What? Well, thank you. You've always had this. I tried to steal it so many times, and you always caught me.
Now it's yours.
I can have it.
Yeah. You may need it one day.
I'm gonna tap it.
Then
Whoa! What exactly does it like? What does it look like? Like, is it still gold? Or
yeah, it's all gold. It's just 3 thin bands kind of emerge from underneath it, and it's a celestial diagram. It's a map of the stars.
So it's a map.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just making sure. Not everybody necessarily knows what it is. Cool. I'll tap it again, and I'll put it on.
Okay. I'm glad you found some friends and some traveling companions. It's a mistake I I made a long time ago and that I didn't have them. You're fortunate. I'm glad you have them.
I'm fortunate too. All the cool stuff I've gotten. Let me show you. And she's gonna pull out a few things, and then she's gonna pull out the glass eye and be like, "What do you think of this? Because it looks at stuff."
The guy turns around and looks at you.
Alright. So I can't see her. What do you think this is?
He looks at your hand, and the palm. There's like your hand is it's burning. Why is your hand burning?
Is my hand burning?
Yeah, and you see like the leaf from Oberon is now flaming.
I'm gonna try to blow it out. I'm gonna put the eye back away. Let's try slapping it out. It doesn't hurt. It's
Poor Oberon.
poor Oberon.
He's not gonna be your patron anymore.
I'm assuming he must think it's hilarious, actually. but annoying, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, is this just like the most frequent pocket dialing?
Is he pocket dialing me, or am I dialing
I
him?
think, yeah.
No.
Okay, no.
I think he's. Hello. It's not really a good time, but what's up?
And there's no response, but there is your palm is reacting to something in the area.
Both hands?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like this and just slowly be like, tell
As
me
you
if they change.
So for more clear visual, there that silver leaf. Outside the first layer is blue, the second layer is yellow, and the third layer is red.
Okay. So there's like kind of a gradient-y sort of
Yeah.
thing. And as I go like this, they stay the same?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. So I had this dream. We were in the fairy place, and Oberon was the king there. Like, he's a really powerful dude. He's really cool. He's pretty. I call him Obi. We're buds. And she's just gonna give like a Ned rundown of all the stuff that happened to let him know that she is actually a warlock as well, and that this is something that happened.
Oh,
For
so
that.
you've made a pact with an archfey.
Oh, yes, I could talk to my bee. Do you want to meet my bee?
Sure.
Deathstriker, come on out!
You pull out Deathstriker, and he's gotten bigger.
Yeah.
And he's about almost in a few more days, maybe a week or so, he's gonna be ready to ride.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
And so this bee starts buzzing around, and it's like, what? Get it? Why is it so large? Bees aren't supposed to be that big.
He's from the fairy place.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be here.
His name's Deathstriker. He's real friendly.
Friendly bees, yo.
Yeah, and this bee just getting closer and closer, just kind of like scoping him out, and you hear Deathstriker say, "I'm going to fuck him up."
No, haven't you been listening, Deathstriker? An old friend.
That's what you say, friend,
Yeah.
old friend.
Yeah.
But I wanted to intimidate him. Look at my funky wings.
I'm gonna make sure I'm not speaking bee and just be like, just act a little scared. He wants to feel.
I don't have to act. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell Deathstriker, you're doing great, buddy.
Yeah, I know it.
Get a dice.
yeah. Deathstriker and Buick are. Oh, it's a beautiful.
Go choose.
Yeah.
These are good.
Let's throw Zarek in here. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to
yeah, airmail gets her back.
Okay. It's like, okay. Did you get the call of bee off?
Deathstriker, come back.
Okay.
It's cool. We
But
have some food.
and Ned, I am sorry for how things have shaken out recently. It's I'm sure it's all very confusing. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to do right.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm glad you didn't do what everybody was saying you did. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't believe it, but I believe you. And with that, I'm gonna actually roll just to double check. I'm gonna do a little bit of an insight.
Are you rolling deception? Like, what are you
No,
doing?
no, insight. I just want to see if he actually is being honest with me.
Okay. Okay.
Because 18.
Yeah, from what you tell, he is being sincere.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Now, can we transition?
Yeah, that definitely.
Cool. So you guys, you saw Ned scamper off with Buick. Some of you are still in the storage room. You can go down the other hallway if you wish.
Tuzar, do you want to check out these magic items some more?
I just point out the swords and the halberd that
Yeah,
are
we'll
plus.
check it out, so
But I'm not interested. I don't use that kind of stuff.
So it just looks like the regular weapons that they're just trying to accumulate. There's no doomsday device or anything like that.
Not that I can see.
Questions?
Is there anybody around to talk to?
There's a couple of the guards who open the gates, and they've got these long cloaks on that are gray, and they got kind of a cowl over their covering half their face. Look like a bandana. So just that their eyes are showing.
I want to approach one and ask, you have a holy man here? Any kind of religious leader?
No, we don't. We're kind of a secular group.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks. I would like to get some help for Tyrael as soon as possible.
Why? What's his? And you didn't really quite recognize that you had a tiefling with you. he goes, and he realizes he's bound. He's like, okay. What's his deal?
He has a terrible affliction where he gets the shakes and he could hurt himself with his own hands.
Make a deception check.
I'm gonna help him by saying it's quite harmless. You got 18.
You only accidentally cast fireballs once in a while.
31.
31.
Is that your one?
Okay, well, I'm glad. I mean, yeah, I would do the same thing too. A little excessive, but yeah.
Did it?
You know, that's why it's a new deal. You know, it hasn't been that bad before, so that's why we want to get him a healer.
Why would I send him back to the 9 hells?
Well, we don't do that.
Just kidding, pal. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, just that aside.
Anything else?
Sure.
Oh, damn.
I know.
What?
No.
Huh?
That's a permanent
Yeah.
thing
What?
That's permanent.
for him.
What's
For a minute.
permanent?
If I banished Tyrael, he would be gone to that place.
Oh, you're right. Because he's not of this plane. Oh my gosh. Wow. Duly noted. Holy
So
cow.
Asmodeus, this is a little awkward.
You see the robot eyes go red.
He is RoboCop.
Yes, he is. Alex J. Murphy.
I am the law.
I am number 2 Zard. Here to protect and serve.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just tagging along with Ander.
Okay.
As usual, kind of like the
Anybody
bright
else?
guy. but
Questions? You want to do anything? Tyrael.
That cart's empty now, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna climb into it and just kind of sit and meditate.
Okay.
Just look at your
Yeah.
hands. Well, just
You don't meditate
As
with
you
your
look
hands.
as you look around, the light flickers off, and you see like the inside of the card has a gradation to it. Like it's not a smooth surface on the inside. But it's not light enough. Wait, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. You realize that inside there are phrases that have been carved inside of the carriage. Most of which are help, save me,
Ooh.
and then that's on the left side. On the right side, there is it says trust no one, and then the rest of it's just all finger scratches.
had to pick this spot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
make a charisma save.
Oh boy.
I'm following him around still.
Oh yeah, that's right.
18.
18. Okay.
+4, right?
Nah, if he's within 10
Well, it's a check, right?
If you're within 10 feet
You,
of him,
you get your charisma bonus.
Yeah. So 13 plus 5.
And you hear this kind of a voice in the back of your head. I'm here, Tyrael.
What else is new? You've been there the entire time.
Do we hear that since we're mind linked? No. Okay. Just curious.
No,
it's uber mind.
not this time. But soon.
I can't wait to claw you out of here.
You can try. You will claw your own face.
Probably an improvement from after all this.
Do we hear him?
Yeah,
saying
do we
that
hear
out
his
loud?
half of the combo?
You hear his head.
Yeah, so I'm going over. I'm getting ready. And Tuzard's, you mean you're digging it? Yeah, that's
Got my
good.
rapier.
His red eyes already.
Bubble boy at the ready.
He's ready to.
I rolled picture around the corner.
Yeah, you see just your heads and appear just in the cart. You're sitting there just meditating.
Hey, buddy. Everything okay?
Hey, buddy.
Peachy. Just Peachy.
Do you want to come out of the scary dark place for a little bit?
You will. I think it's a great idea to
There are
get closer
people
to us.
who love you.
Yeah, just kind of
And support you.
And care for your well-being.
Or should we close the door?
Close the door.
Close the door.
Close the door.
Like lock him in.
Close the door.
Is he still evil right now?
He's not. He's
Sniffing.
No, he's
No?
still Tyrael.
Okay.
He still smells
He would
like
be
you.
really safer.
Cologne?
No.
In the dark.
In a closed container.
We can't.
I don't trust myself at this point, guys. So if I stay in the box, it's at least cool. It's at least cool to meditate there. Apparently, I passed the check for now. So let's see where I can go down the rabbit hole of my own mind. Let's say.
The more time you spend in isolation, though, the harder it's going to be for you to resist. You know, anybody who's in solitary prison will have to fight regular demons, not little literal demons or devils.
Gotta start somewhere.
Shut the door and lock it then. Done.
Make another
Did it.
save. Or make another check.
No way to check for what now because I'm close.
Charisma check.
+4.
Oh Jesus! I blew that out of the water. Like 28.
Okay. Yeah, you feel torment speaking to you and taunting you, but you're with your meditation, you're still in your mind and manage to keep torment at bay.
I'm going to do two things. I'm going to play gentle melodies outside of it for a little while. I'm also going to give him inspiration.
You gave one of your cards.
Oh, I saw those before. I was wondering if that's what that was,
Yeah,
so that you
bang.
could explain
Two-shot.
exactly how it works.
We'll let Nid know over the link what just occurred
No.
Okay.
so that she's up on the.
Hey, lizard thing. Horse eater.
Boots. Yes.
Boots.
That's what I'm calling him. Boots. His boots are FNG for now.
Excuse me. I quite like the name Boots as well. So listen, Boots.
It's cute.
So I still don't quite trust you, but I'm going to trust, if you're going to build my trust, you're going to be watching this carriage with our friend in it all night.
The cold-blooded reptile?
He's not going to eat a tiefling. Nobody eats tieflings. Not even bugbears.
I'm gonna be here.
We have,
We have RoboCop.
yeah, you've got Tuzard. Unless you want to keep Boots and Tuzard narrow.
Yes. Boots is strong. Tuzard is strong with the ways of the will and the mystics.
That's true.
Not him. He just eats horses.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't
kinda
mind
all we
having
know
some
about
help
him.
if something really bad happens.
All right. You work here, if that's your name.
Yes.
Do you mind hanging out here with Tuzard, keeping an eye on Tyrael?
Thurkir can sleep anywhere.
Are you evil?
No.
I did.
They're-
I did.
Yeah, you-
I retract my question. I suddenly remembered.
Little voice told you.
That's correct.
Oh, you've got voices too, huh?
Special ones.
Handsome ones.
Thurkir has noticed you guys like to lie a lot. You can just say you are scared and Thurkir will protect you.
I'm sorry. Did he say protect me? Is that what he said?
Shiny Turtle cannot wear that outfit to bed.
Oh, I can wear this outfit. I absolutely can. And I do frequently.
That'd be miserable.
Protecting us, that's kind of his thing.
It is. And he also has a song of protection of that thing. It's nice.
I'm not quite sure how this works.
Well, that's beautiful. That's how it works. But anyway, it's my thing. You can't protect me.
Oh my god.
This is your chance to get to know him.
Okay, what's up with that story about you eating the horses off the guard? Yeah, you know what? I got a lot of questions for you, buddy. what about those horses?
You have never eaten a horse?
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying I just went and did it raw like that. I mean, it was alive 1 second, and then you gutted it. Right there.
Thurkir has eaten many things. You must always eat new things to know if you like them or not.
Listen,
Wow.
I like Ander. I've never eaten Ander before to know that I like him.
Yeah. No one likes to eat half elf.
What?
No one would eat elves. They're bony. Half elf, right?
Yeah.
Listen, you probably got the mental capacity of me, and maybe a bit less. Yeah. So this is how it's gonna be, right? You don't just go and you maul the guts of a horse when a man's sitting on him. That's not how you do it in society. Doesn't happen like that, and it can't happen like that with me around. Horses.
Thurkir would normally not be seen.
Well, Thorkir was. And Thorkir gutted 2 horses.
But he knew not to attack the men.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm totally convinced he knew
I was told not to attack the guards.
told not to attack the guards.
Yeah.
He was told and he followed direction.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so Thurkir, let me explain something because we had a rather unusual circumstance. Those men probably didn't deserve to die. We
Definitely didn't deserve it.
Our party should not have killed them. Okay. We show mercy. Which means we leave good people alive.
And the captain is in the back, just shaking his head.
Sorry, Cat.
Is that the name of your sword?
Usually, mind you, that was terrible back there. Honestly, it was horrible. We'll have to make amends or pay penance for that at some point. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to be with us, you're going to have to try to only attack when we're threatened.
Take it back a bit. Right, look, only when we're threatened.
There'll be plenty of things to kill. Believe me.
Yes.
We've seen a lot. There's a lot of things that do not deserve our mercy. But if you could just keep the eating of things to,
Thurkir would not kill without reason. That would be wasteful.
Okay. All right. Let's reassure him. Wasteful. We don't want wasteful, right?
The horses, for God's sakes, they're just dead there now. Nobody did anything about it. Did you eat the whole horse?
I would have, but he burnt them.
No, those horses, were they burned too?
You can't eat burnt
I know.
horse.
You told well, tomato. You totally cook things before you.
You know.
How do you?
Anyway, I mean that's you do you, right?
Hey, beef jerky in my bag. I mean,
It's delicious.
That's dry.
It's dried. It's definitely processed.
It used to be something.
You have to eat it fresh, or you don't know where it came from.
His was still blinking
I don't-
when he bit into it.
I don't eat anything.
Look, I had a. Oh. That's what happened.
I'm not saying I'm going to go.
He does him. We just don't do it like that all the time, if anything. If ever. For long.
So Thurkir no eat horses unless you tell Thurkir eat horses.
It's okay.
Or no one is on the horse when Thurkir eats it.
Well, not as much. So if it's just. Yeah, right.
Just don't eat the horse unless I tell you to.
It's time to eat.
Horse is too easy to catch anyway. It's no fun.
I one time chased a bunny rabbit. I wouldn't underestimate a horse.
Oh,
That's good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a point.
You
True
go
story.
back to that.
True story.
Frostbite? Is that where that happened?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, man.
It was a mammoth.
But you
It
probably
was
were.
actually a mammoth transformed into a bunny that ran super quick.
Very confused.
Very
What-
fast
what-
rabbit.
what'd you guys do?
Oh, what was the name of the man?
Keg?
Keg.
It was
Keg the man.
Good memory.
We had
nice.
the muskox though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
Eli.
Eli the musk.
Elon the
Elon
musk.
the
Yeah.
muskox.
I forgot about him. Nice.
I forgot though. You like to talk to the animals,
I love to.
and you like to eat the animals.
Thurkar can also
This is-
talk to animals.
I.
Can?
So here's how.
So wait, you can talk to animals and protect people?
And eat them.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Let me ask you. Do you like gods? Like Helm?
No, Thurkir has God, but
Good, because that's what I got over him. And I with a sword and a shield.
but my God doesn't need to help us. We are strong already.
Blasphemy.
Unless all of lizard race is in danger, he would not interfere with anyone.
First he eats horses, then he.
All right, big guy. Come on. Let's go get some rest. It's been a long day.
Oh, maybe a song or something.
Yeah, all right. Let's... maybe we can find some mail.
Oh, I need a lot of it.
Make an investigation check.
You
like,
helping
heck
hand, because I'm a little bit glum, but I'm still helping. Do
So-
it again. Roll it again.
16 or 17.
Okay, so down the right-hand corridor, you see that there's a sequence of doors, and the first two you kind of peek in, and you see some cots and some furnishings. Those are probably just for sleeping and just private quarters. And the hallway takes a right, and it opens up to another storage room. And along the left-hand side of the wall are these casks of looks to be ale or like a liquid cask. So there's
Is
several
there
of those.
more than what they would need? Like, if I happen to take a cask, would they know? Other than seeing me walking in the hallway with a cask.
Probably.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick up a cask.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the fallout.
I'm going to leave 5 gold behind. Just to...
Oh, that's very generous of you. Okay, so the 5 gold on top of the cask. You pick one up. You kind of it's heavier than you expect.
He's building it.
I've got it.
Oh, well, it's heavier than you expect.
I got you.
Because like normally you picked up casks of ale before, and you have a good idea of how much they usually weigh. And this is usually about 5 or 10 pounds heavier than
This
that.
is heavier.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, these are thieves.
Is there a tap on it?
Is there a tap on it?
No, you can make one.
Can you smell it through the barrel?
Do you want to?
I want to take it back to a room first, and then we can go tap it, and then really have hell with it, huh?
Well,
Could be something good.
could be explosive.
Could be that's even better.
What are you doing?
Alright, just
We're gonna take to the room.
Okay. So I guess Ander and Enola are sharing a room.
yeah. Depends on how the room, bigger room is.
They fit 2 people.
You know, one's a Goliath.
Yeah.
All right, but all right.
I got a bed. There's 2 beds.
There's 2 beds.
See, I'll just take another room then.
No, you're not. You're gonna sleep. I've got nightmares. So we're gonna. I convinced you to sleep in the same room, Ander. We're best friends as never
Okay.
ever could be.
Torment's in the carriage. Yeah, you got what's the
Torment's
arrangements?
So, Tyrion's in the camp.
Oh, Tyrio's in the carriage.
Yeah. I was whoa.
Sorry,
Unfortunately.
getting ahead of myself.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that like the Tuzard and Thorkir, who are like pretty much exact opposites, are just kind of like you just got left by. We're just like I said nothing to each other, just kind of like,
Thorkir's probably like, what does metal taste like? And then you're just like, not very.
Well, to be fair, Snow is around.
Well, first of all, I'm in the showers.
Okay.
He's
Yes,
totally
he said I have gore on me, and I don't know how I got that on me, so I'm looking rather horrified at how I might have gotten anything on me.
It was kind of tucked up in the inner part of your ear.
Don't tell him. Let him freak out.
Well,
That's on my back.
he's looking. Oh God. He was looking for it.
That's right.
Well, yeah. There's like you go up on the opposite side of the quarters. There's like a washroom, and with a it's nothing real fancy. It's not like it's just basically a couple buckets of water. There's like a kind of a polished shield that serves as a mirror, and there's just lights and just some rough hewn stone around you.
I'm going to use control water to make it a nice little whirly pool for me.
You do so.
little jacuzzi action.
Are you gonna get in the bucket?
Probably should.
Control water. You're
The perks of
grab a
being
jacuzzi in a bucket.
2'7" or whatever, right?
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would fit in this bucket. Okay.
That's amazing.
Bucket.
Okay.
After I'm nice and cleaned, polish off the scales a little more, I'm actually gonna go back, meet up with them, and I'm gonna like maybe fix a place to sleep on top of the cart.
I just want to be like, so you eat stuff.
Yes. How do you not eat?
How do you not eat? Such a great question.
This would like boggle my mind. Because it's all like nature and survival of the fittest for lizard men and stuff. So like, where in food chain is thing that doesn't eat?
Entirely outside of it.
This is his long pause. He just kind of stares off into space for a second.
The only thing.
Velociraptor.
I don't know.
Are you some sort of rock that talks?
No.
Good.
That's exactly how the scene would be. It'd be dark, and then they'd both just be staring at awkward silence, right? So you eat live. You don't. What are you like a stone? No.
But like both just super unblinking, just piercing gazes into each other.
Two yellow eyes and two red
And
eyes.
you,
Yeah.
Tyrion,
Staring at
are
each other.
listening to it though. Like he's stuck in the wagon. Like I think Torment is tormenting me right now. This conversation.
Yeah, the most awkward conversation you've ever heard in your life.
It's all part of my zen. It's just what I'm following. Ah, yes. I have been in these awkward positions before.
So when Tuzard messages me about the stuff that's going on,
Okay.
I want to ask Buick a question.
Okay.
Have you ever had dealings with tieflings? Do you know anything about them?
Well, I know that they're not readily welcomed in a lot of places, particularly here in Briga. Even lately, most of our other humanoid peoples aren't being allowed in the city. So some of your friends, I don't know if you're going to Clifton, I don't know how you're going to get in.
They're excluding races as well?
They are.
What races?
Well, I mean, tieflings for one.
Mm.
I mean, their history and their lineage is against them, historically speaking. There's still some dwarves, there's still a few halflings. Elves are on the short list now. It's harder for elves to get in and out.
Strange.
Yeah. Weird things are going on.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of weird things, we kind of, while we were traveling, we had this cool like little telepathy thing that we do, right? So like we can all talk without telling other people things. And we just usually have it go, but so we had a really long conversation without you. I'm sorry, this is just friend stuff, But so that whole mess back on the road back there with all those Kingsmen happened because our tiefling, who is good, he's a good guy, but he didn't used to be, and so he got punted into this realm from that realm by Tyr. And now he's good and stuff, but except not apparently. Sorry guys, I'm trying.
This is the best. It's a Noah talk. I can totally get it.
So he's getting flashbacks of being bad, and that's where those fireballs came from, and so that's why we tied him up.
From flashbacks.
So that's the simplest way to put. I mean, technically, he was talking about how it's kind of like he was trying, it's like when you try to steal something, but you shouldn't, and you do it anyways. It's not like that.
I missed you, Ned.
I miss you too.
Give that woman a point.
Yeah.
But so we need to fix him because he's a good guy. No ideas.
That is not in my realm of any kind of understanding.
You know anyone who would? If you've been this Nine Blade stuff for so long, you must have known something. Someone.
He pauses a minute and he's like, wait a minute. Wayne might know. She might know. Yeah, she has weird stuff too.
She has weird stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen her face, but yeah.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen her face.
But I mean, there's only 9 of you. How have you not seen all 9 of you?
She wears a mask.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
Super cool.
The mask is like this pearl opalescent long horse, and in the center of his forehead is this flame, and it's the same flame color you see around here. So the bottom is blue, and it's then it goes white, and then it goes red, and it goes all the way up over her hair through this mane. It cascades on her back. I've never seen her take that mask off. I can't even see her eyes. You get 2 pearls for eyes. I don't even know what she looks like.
Oh, cool. Dude, that's neat.
Yeah,
That's better than mustaches.
you're right.
Not by much. You're right. Not by much. But what it is.
Yeah. But she might know. Every time I'm around her, I feel good. Like an overwhelming sense of good.
I'm getting browish from over there, but I don't know what you're actually saying.
I can't hear your conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a good person.
Okay. Cool. I think we were gonna go see her anyways before, but now I guess we need to see her for more reasons.
Maybe.
Or different reasons, actually. I guess. I don't know. It's so confusing. First the 9 Blades are bad and they're good. I don't know.
Can I send Ned a thought?
Do you have message? Oh, or
We have the
Telepathically linked.
yeah.
what's the range on
telepathically.
that? I forget.
It's forever.
Forever.
Same
Oh, yeah.
thing,
The entire
whole thing.
plane.
Okay, then
I,
yes.
I'm gonna message everybody back, just being like, "Hey, I was just talking to LeSabre, and he just said that we should probably talk to Wayne about this whole torment business."
Can he get us to see her?
Hey, Buick.
It's for you to see.
think you could help us get to Wayne?
Yeah.
Totally.
These tunnels connect to the. We can take these tunnels to the capital. It will not be easy because after a certain point, the tunnels are run by drow.
Oh, drow. Cool. Those
So-
are like bad elves, kind of, right? Grumpy elves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Grumpy elves. You got it.
Yeah.
And it's possible to sneak through and get by their defenses, but it's going to be tricky.
Okay. We do tricky. We're pretty good at tricky.
That's only plus 10.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, I'll let you rest. I'm gonna go back and check on my friends.
Okay. Thanks. And so you see him pulls like a wig off, and then like as you close the door, he lays down. It's got patchy balding hair and just looks kind of wrinkled.
He's an old guy.
Yeah. Okay. And as you come back and you join the rest of the group, as you come through the main storage area, you see Snow sitting on top of the carriage. You see Thurkir and Tuzar just kind of looking at each other. And yeah, that's where you're at.
We have our door open.
And a whole keg. We didn't open yet.
We're in our room.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess party in Enola's room.
Is it booze in this keg?
Did you open it?
That's what we're doing.
Okay, you open it now, and you get this really strong alcohol smell, and like it's not beer, but it's not really a wine. It's like the closest thing I could say it's probably closer to a port, and it's thick. It's got this nice rich crimson color to it, and it's got a very fragrant smell
It's
to it.
like wine maple syrup, kind of.
Kind
It probably needs to be diluted.
No.
Yes. That's
Maybe for your friends.
No.
Maybe for you fine people. For me in the mountains, you just go right for it like bobbing for apples, but you drink a whole bunch with it.
Like, I wasn't that many days ago that I woke up after a night drinking with you. I don't want to get that.
Anolo does. Look at that.
I carouse.
Greg on your head's like pansy.
I wish I could hear Greg because I'd agree with him. Wait, does Greg talk through the telepathic link?
No.
Oh, can you telepathic link a hat?
I will have to try that.
Next time.
We can dilute it. I mean, you want some water?
Yes, you're supposed to. That's how it's meant to be consumed. You're supposed to dilute it.
Let's go for it.
Wait, can you actually get drunk?
Well. So, in fun, yes. I am definitely immune to disease, but that's alcohol poisoning, probably. And disease would be alcoholism, but I'm definitely immune to hangovers that you don't know about. I did review that the last time you had a super banger. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Because I just went, oh, yeah, it's great.
I'm going to water it down, thanks. So you can call me a pansy all you want.
I didn't. I think Greg did.
Greg called me a pansy.
Well, then I agree with Greg.
I'll put you in a hat box. Shut up.
I'll burn it.
Hey, by the way, do you have any... Greg, I don't know the nature of your existence, but do you have any insight into what's going on with our friend Tyrael?
Good thinking.
That's a fair question.
Is he mad as a hatter?
Oh, for God's sake.
Oi, I think your friend is suffering from a psychosis, and I don't know what's going on with him.
It's a psychosis. I think it's more than just a mental break. I think he's actually got something going on.
Then I told you I didn't fucking know.
Wait.
Good talk, Chris.
Just take the hat off.
Good talk. You just know you're defeated.
All right. So as the evening draws to a close, you guys take refuge in your quarters or wherever place you plan to sleep. Charisma check.
Watching you.
I'm not near you.
Watching you.
We have
We're
5.
gonna get a little bardic inspiration.
So you don't want to necessarily waste it on that. You only get it once. If it's
Yeah,
a
it's
really
only-
bad roll, you should take a.
It's time limited anyway. You might as well use it.
Oh, it's only 10 minutes actually.
Yeah.
That's probably past.
That's not looking good. 8? Oh, wait.
Are you- do you wanna
Plus
use
5 charisma, yeah, so 13.
You have more inspiration dice if you want them,
And the mug.
and your mug.
I'll get...
How badly do you want to turn into your evil past self?
Or be put into a bubble and I have to wake everybody up.
And I have to wake everyone up.
Or get
Oh,
hit
that
by
fell
a
into the
roll.
crack. I think that's a reroll.
That's
Not
pretty
today,
flat
Satan.
on.
Well, it's a 19. Hopefully, it
Oh.
doesn't turn out.
That was pretty flat on.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
From this angle, I couldn't tell.
Okay, so 24.
24. Okay. You see torment just cackling
That was really flat on.
in your brain. Not much happens as you and then as you meditate and you drift to sleep. You pass the night, and the night passes peacefully down here underground. And that's where we're gonna stop.
Can we take a long rest?
Yeah, this is
I
a
think
long
that's what
rest.
sleeping
Long
is. Right? Yeah.
Well, I just want to be sure we weren't going
We're
to
just not used to being able to sleep.
Like
Yeah,
in
right.
actual places. Yeah.
We actually have beds? What the hell?
You know what is this?
Curl up on a stone somewhere.
Not everybody like nestled into each other in a tiny hut.
That's true. You're
Nobody
not all
wants to
crammed
snuggle
together.
torment these days.
Oh man. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Well, yeah. Thanks, various people out there on the internet who are watching.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah, thank you everybody.
Who's
This
Avery?
concludes our broadcast
I don't know.
day.
We help guide you for the rest of the week. A Noble Shield will also maybe help, kinda. Who knows?
Wait, is that you?
Yeah, it was me. Maybe the shield will help.
Oh yeah, we should end the stream. Good night, guys.
Good night.